QuickBooks 13, receive inventory, enter bill, labor hours, and invoices. This is Ken Boyd, the owner of St. Louis Test Preparation. Here's our Facebook page, our email, and the website. The book, Cost Accounting for Dummies, I'm teaching online every week, and the blog. So we're now in our home page for QuickBooks. We created a purchase order on the last video. And I want to point out that we received the inventory, the denim that we ordered. So if I go to Receive Inventory with a Bill, under Receive Inventory, and I hit Previous, I see that there's the mountaintop denim. I ordered 100 square yards at $10 a yard, and I was sent a bill for $1,000. And you can see recent transaction says bill for $1,000. If I go over to Reports, Company Financial, Balance Sheet Standard, I see I have a payable for $1,000. So, I received in some inventory, some denim. I also entered some time for labor costs related to an order. So if I go to Enter Single Activity, and I hit Previous, I see that Bob Smith worked on my order for Elm Street clothing, the same people I ordered the denim for. He did labor costs on the jeans, and you see in the notes section that he spent 10 hours, and that was billed to the client. So, looking at the home page, I received some inventory material, I entered some time labor cost, and now just to illustrate this, I've actually created two invoices. I click on Create Invoice, and if I go back, you're going to see two invoices, the first being for material. I've got 100 square yards of mountaintop denim, and I have a price of $30. I billed the client $3,000 for the retail cost of the denim, and I see that under recent transactions, there's the $3,000 I billed for the denim. If I click Next, here's the labor cost for working on that same denim and creating blue jeans. It was 10 hours. I created a price for that labor of $20 or $200, so I have an invoice for $200. So for the blue jeans that they bought, the client was invoiced $3,000 related to the denim and $200 related to the labor, and I did that just to show you the distinction between labor and denim. Now the next question is, how did I come up with retail prices for both the denim and the labor? If you go to List, and I go to Price List, you'll see that I created a price for mountaintop denim called Mountaintop Denim Retail Price. That was my retail price for the denim. And if I go back to List Billing Rate, I created a labor billing rate of $20. Now, because I set up the problem this way, there's a small issue when I go to Reports. If I go to Company Financial, Balance Sheet Standard, there's the $3,200 I billed, the $3,000 denim plus the $200 labor. There's the payable that I have for denim, for the $1,000 of denim that I bought and that you saw a bill for. That seems fine. When I go to Profit and Loss Standard, though, Reports, Company Financial, Profit and Loss Standard, there's an issue. And the issue is that look what happened when I created an invoice for the labor. I ended up with a negative payroll expense. Now, a payroll expense is normally a debit. This is a credit, so if I click on the detail, I see that I have account receivable right here. I have a credit in payroll expense of $200. This is some stuff that I reversed out. I have a payroll expense credit of $200. Now, payroll expense would normally be a debit, but what the system does when you enter an invoice, it creates an invoice and it also creates an account payable. So if I go back to the balance sheet for a minute, Report, Company Financial, Balance Sheet Standard, and I click on Accounts Receivable, what I see is I have a receivable for the denim income, I have a receivable for the labor costs, which I properly bill. It's reasonable that I bill the client, but instead of a credit that made sense, it credited payroll expense, and so I'm going to make an adjustment to fix that. But really the point of this presentation was to show you how you can receive inventory in and get a bill, to show you how you can create a time card for an employee working on something, and to show you how you can create invoices. And you can certainly bill somebody for both material cost denim, and you can certainly bill somebody for labor costs, and not only get fully reimbursed for your costs, but also make your profit. So in a very generic way, that's how that works. That's the end of QuickBooks 13. We have additional video textbooks that are not on YouTube. You know by now that all the YouTube videos are linked to my website. For live one-on-one tutoring and chat sessions, there's my website, the book, and the blog. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.